Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we will be exploring the concept of PMO, which is Project Management Office. Now, in my opinion and observation, it feels like a lot of people have a misconception about this Project Management Office or PMO. So let's try to understand that what exactly this PMO is supposed to do as part of their responsibilities. For explaining the role of the PMO, let me take an example, or let's say an analogy of HR department. Just like HR department is there to support the operations or other business units of an organization. Similarly, PMO is also there to support the project managers that are working within an organization. To take this analogy one step further, think of a scenario where, let's say, the IT team needs some resources to be hired. Now, of course, the hiring will be done by the HR team, but the person who will be hired, they will ultimately go and report into the IT function. They will not report with the to the HR team. So similarly, project management office is there to provide for resources, standardize the practices, act as a um, uh, body which can provide an integrated platform for different project managers to request some information or retrieve some artifacts from the archives, or maybe PMO will be responsible for looking forward to standardizing various project management procedures, policies, templates. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is project managers are not really reporting to PMO. That's a wrong way of looking at it. Instead, PMO is a department. And when I say a department, it could be a one-person department or a two-person department or a 20, 30, 100% 100 people department, depending upon the size of the organization and the quantum of projects that they are doing. Now, to take this discussion further, see, there can be different types of PMO, starting with supportive, controlling, and directive. So let's do a small storytelling here to understand the difference between the three types. Imagine an organization where there are 10, 12 different project managers and they are continuously working on different projects. Now, because each project is unique and every project will have its own team, most likely what is happening is that every project has, or every project manager and every project team have defined their own ways of working, and they are doing whatever they think is the best way to execute or manage the project. Now, there are a lot of tasks that these 12 project managers have to perform on a routine basis, like publishing certain dashboards, providing some regular reports, maintaining some logs, registers, which is purely, you can say, administrative activities, administrative tasks. So these project managers over the time have been complaining that there are so many such administrative tasks that they don't really get time to do real project management. So the organization's management listened and understood the concern. What they did was they sort of hired um, two or three people who are good with these kind of tools like Excel, Word, PowerPoint, etc. And these two or three people will now have the responsibility to prepare all the documents, reports, maintain certain dashboards, provide regular updates. So this is a supportive PMO where their role is primarily to support the project managers by doing all these different various activities that otherwise the project managers were supposed to do. So you can say that this is more like the secretary to the PM. However, as the PMO department continues and it grows over a period of time, they start to see that there is a lot of um, we can say different ways of working, and they're not streamlined um, in respect of what each project manager does and how they maintain certain documents, or they have some standards that they follow. So the organization's management decides to hire an experienced PMO advisor, or you can say a PMO consultant, and they task this person to study the current processes of project management and try to streamline the structure, the methods, the templates, the tools. So now this PMO is moving into a controlling structure where they are not just supporting the PMs, but they are also defining frameworks, methods, templates, which should be common across all the projects to provide a more streamlined project management practice within the organization. Now, as the time passes by, the PMO is one common point which interacts with all the different type of projects. Doesn't matter what domain or what size of the project is. PMO is someone who's interacting with every project. So over a period of time, which might be a very long period, the PMO acquires so much knowledge about these projects, different type of projects that the organization does, that they have very high level, or you can say very in-depth understanding of each and every project work, tasks, deliverables that should be uh, delivered, and how they should be delivered, and what will be the possible shortcomings, and what could be the risks that they may face. So in this phase, you might see that PMO is moving into a directive structure where they start directing the project managers that how they should be planning and executing their day-to-day tasks related to the projects. So just to go back and once again differentiate between controlling and directive PMO. Controlling PMO is primarily concerned about the framework, the standards, the templates, but they don't get into the day-to-day working of project managers. Whereas in directive PMO, that's what we see as a difference, that now the PMO is also getting involved in the day-to-day project management activities that otherwise the project managers were wholly solely managing. And you can say that directive PMOs are like acting like PMs, and PMs are merely acting like coordinators, that they receive the directions from the PMO and they get it implemented by the team on the ground. So that's how we can differentiate between the three different types of PMO. That's all for this video. I hope I was able to clearly make you understand the difference of different types of PMO structure, and in short, what does the PMO do at an organization level. Thank you.